Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of BloomrPulse. My name is Tabitha Nauser, and today we're going to be talking about all things health. And I've got a lovely panel of very good-looking men sitting right next to me, and I'm going to get them to introduce themselves. Okay, so Cadences, you want to start with you?
Yeah, so she said already. I'm Cadences. I make content online on TikTok and Instagram, and I guess I'm here today to talk about fitness and health.
Yeah, all right, Royce.
Hi, my name is Royce Lee, a host and content creator. Self-proclaimed fitness guru, but you guys invited my trainer next to me, so I can't really lie anymore.
No, he's not
My
bad.
God, I didn't know that you were his trainer.
Yeah, that's why I was like, why are you guys like doing me dirty?
Time for all the little dirty secrets.
Okay,
You're gonna
hi.
like throw him under the bus.
Hi everyone, I'm Lucas. I'm a fitness trainer and also an entrepreneur. I have two gyms, Fit Look, which specialize in personal training, and advocate fitness as a lifestyle.
All right, okay, so let's, health is such a broad, subject or topic, right? And, fitness can be anything, can be, physical fitness, mental fitness. But let's start off with, I think the thing that everyone includes in their New Year's resolutions, I want to be a bit more healthier, start a diet or whatever, right? Everyone's doing that in January and February. So let's start with that. How do we stick to a balanced diet or to make better choices in terms of food? Do you guys have any of you gone into fad diets or anything like that?
I do intermittent fasting a lot.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
What's that? You're going to share a little bit about what that's about?
It's basically not eating, and you only limit your window of eating to a period of time in a day.
Okay.
So I do mostly the 16 8-hours one. So I don't eat for 16 hours, and then during that 8-hour window period, I just eat.
Right.
You can eat whatever.
I still try to avoid foods that will make me look bad because I have water retention.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really bad. And this morning was so bad. When I woke up this morning, I was like, what the hell? Because I ate bread last night, and bread causes water retention, right? I didn't know that till
I
Googled
love
it.
bread
Yeah.
though. Oh my gosh. Now I have to
So I can't
take
eat
that out.
bread after 12 o'clock a.m. at night.
Oh.
So my eating window starts from around 4 and then all the way to 12. And then after that, I don't eat.
So 4 p.m. to 12 midnight.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. And you can last that long? Not even coffee? Not even
I drink black coffee and tea and water. So
okay,
no
so that
calories.
doesn't count then.
Yeah, no calories.
Okay, that's interesting. Royce, have you done anything like that before? Or?
I've done keto diet.
Right, and
So
keto
it's
diet is the one where you just eat meat.
Meat, high fats, no sugar, no carbs. So
No
it's only
sugar?
high fats. You can eat a lot of roasted meat, meat a lot. So I was trying it on for a big show that I was doing. I was like, okay, I need to be very small face. So I just did it. Then as the week went by, first week I was having severe diarrhea, and then the people that was telling me about the keto diet, they were like, don't worry, it's the keto flu. Just get past the 1 week, you'll be fine.
Oh my
But I was
gosh.
losing weight so much, very fast as well. But the second week, I was climbing down the stairs from the stage, rehearsal, and I felt very faintish. I was like, oh my God, I gotta stop already. And then
my
people around
God.
me were like, you look quite
sick.
pale.
Yeah.
Pale. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then you just never did it ever again.
Ever again. People who do keto diet, props to you, okay?
Oh my God, that sounds
is not easy,
crazy. Okay, Lucas, maybe you can tell us, because you're the trainer,
Mm-hmm,
so you would know. You have clients coming in that are doing all sorts of crazy diets.
Yep.
They don't last, right?
Yeah, so here's the thing about diet. Okay, firstly, I'm not a dietitian, so I'll just share from my perspective as a trainer. I don't know, for me, I'm very big on sustainability. Yeah, so in terms of dieting, we have to take up something that we can really sustain.
Yeah.
That what Royce did 1 week, right?
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
Weeks
think
max, that's it.
Max.
yeah, it was if it's something that it's a sudden switch of things, right? Then I think it's obvious that he couldn't handle that, because you're technically using a different energy source, which is your body is just switching your mode. Now you're in ketosis, so your fat is the primary energy fuel. Yeah, and for him, symptoms like being faint, no energy at the gym.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it got come out of that period.
No, that was way earlier.
Wait, so how long have you guys been working together?
How long?
How long has it been now?
Years.
I think it's at least
Years, is it?
3 years. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Once a week with my PT. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So how then? Okay, I'm gonna use Royce as a case study. Okay. So how
Lab
are you? You guys work in the gym, but what do you tell him in terms of food or Why are you laughing?
At this stage of
do
his
you
life?
do you stick to anything?
Okay, so everyone knows that, of course, Royce has a wide variety of food tasting opportunities, right? So every time, like, I honestly, we are good friends, but I don't really see his content. People always tell me, hey, can you check with Royce, like, what did he eat at that time? Like, can tell me whether it's good or not? Then I'm like, ask him, then I was like, okay, but he does control, he does control, I would say. Yeah, because now he's at the stage where he's very aesthetic, right, guys? Singlet today, guys. I never thought this day would come.
I want to say that at the start, right, he asked me to send all my lunch and dinner and breakfast, the food pictures, to send to him to vet whether it's like can eat or not. They tell me remove the skin, don't eat with sauce. No.
Oh
then
my
after a while, I
gosh.
just like never send the photos anymore.
Just slowly, like, I forgot about it.
Yeah, because it's just establishing what he has been doing, you know what I mean? Because everyone, we have certain habits that we do, you know. So I think removing skin, all this is pretty basic, right? You know what I mean? If you see a bunch of oil and like fat there, you want to like
Jump right in.
remove it. Yeah, but the idea is, I guess, control what we can. You know, in terms of food,
So just like, make small changes, I guess, right? Like that's the biggest takeaway here. Like instead of going like extreme, because I feel like people tend to do that. Like they go like one extreme to the other. And then that's why like, the body goes into shock because it's like, oh my gosh, what in the world is going on? So like things that you mentioned, like maybe cutting down on sugar, like cutting down on like fat. So like if you see like, instead of having roasted chicken rice, have steamed chicken rice.
Yeah, it's pretty nice
Even
too.
the roasted chicken rice is so
Minus the
good.
sauce.
Oh no.
Can you eat chili?
Yeah, chili's good, right? Chili's good
Minimize
though.
the chili.
Because like, doesn't it? What's that thing where like they say that it burns? So it's supposed to be
Increased
good for you.
metabolism, is
Yeah,
it?
it increases.
I don't think so.
Is that not true?
It does
Is that-
increase your calorie intake.
If it's too spicy, your heart rate will increase, then maybe in hopes that it will increase.
Oh my god!
your
I'm just gonna keep telling
burn.
myself that.
I just
does
shit
that,
everything
so.
I just shit everything out when it's spicy.
Oh my god!
That helps you.
Yeah.
The
water
spicy
retention.
poos.
Yes.
Yeah, but I guess the
That is actually a
guideline is
thing.
like 40% lah. 40% protein, 40% carbs, 20% fat.
Okay, that's
pretty
actually
healthy.
that's good for like everyone at home that's watching, and like even for myself, like to take note of. So can you repeat that again one more time? What was it?
Yeah, I think in terms of every meal, like a portion would be like 40% of carbs. Of course, healthy carbs would be the best lah. Yeah. Then 40% worth of protein, which is like kind of like one fist size, substantial. So our usual like chicken rice store, $4. Now is it 5 or I don't know 4, but just one slab like that. It's actually very thin if you all realize.
Yeah,
it's
very thin. Not enough protein.
Yeah, so what I always tell Royce to do is
This what?
double the portion, add more eggs,
So to be healthy, you have to be rich, okay? Because it's very expensive.
Is-
That's honestly.
You eat the salad, right? How much?
Yes,
10
it's
plus,
like $12.
It is not cheap.
Yeah.
But we can cook. We can learn to cook.
Okay. All right. So everybody just went like, oh. Okay. So Lucas, what do you think about what Cadence has said about like intermittent fasting? Would you
Oh, no.
recommend? Would you
gonna
not
shoot me down now.
recommend?
No, it really depends. It really depends on what's the objective lah. 4 p.m. to 12.
Actually, that is considered like the very like healthy. I don't know what I can say on camera, but some days I push it to like 9 p.m.
Oh, okay. So
I
you
don't
shorten
eat-
the window.
I don't eat till like 9 p.m. Yeah.
So you have a 3-hour eating window.
Yeah.
Oh, 9 to 12 they eat.
9 to 12.
Yeah, there's some days, but it's very unhealthy. It's very unhealthy. But there was this period where I really wanted to lose weight because I look
Okay.
really fat on camera.
Okay, but you
Yeah, so
don't.
I just went like one whole day without eating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Then I
That's
just drank
pure
water.
fasting already.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't you feel hungry?
Of course I do.
Yeah.
But then like what I do is like to motivate myself is I set my profile my wallpaper as myself when I'm like
Zoom in.
when I'm like the fittest. So
Oh
whenever
my
I open it, I will see myself. I'll be like,
You get
yeah,
inspired.
I have to maintain that. There was a period where I really hated how I look, so I set like that picture of me being really bad on my wallpaper. So like when I want to eat something, I'll look at my wallpaper and be like, yeah, I don't want to look like that anymore. So I'll just stop. This is very unhealthy. This is very unhealthy, right? Yeah, it is. Just call me out. It's unhealthy. I know.
No, I think like the idea about IF is about limiting the number of calories in that specific window. If you are eating unhealthy food in a 3-hour window, then of course it's detrimental. But if you're controlling what you eat in terms of like smarter food choices, then it will definitely help. Yeah, but you're a dancer, right? So that means your cardio is a lot, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Right, and when I dance, I don't drink like soft drinks. I drink either water, ayataka, or if I want to drink something sweet like Coke Zero. So there's still no calories.
But I think again, like in moderation, like helps,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
If like at the end of the day, if drinking like Coke, it like gives you like a bit of like, oh yeah, you know, it makes my day feel a little bit better, then I say just go for it, right?
Yeah.
Like it all is about like balancing things out. Like have a really healthy breakfast and then, oh, but then you see, it's hard. It's so hard because like, what if you start off the day being really healthy and then towards the end of the day, you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm still hungry or like I'm craving something, and then you just go all out. Right? So there's always like just trying to weigh.
But
the
if you're
two.
still like below the calories like deficit thingy, then I guess it's fine. So if you have something healthy if you're not going to have a full-on buffet at night time,
Yeah.
then I think you can eat something healthier or don't eat.
I read this quote online.
No, cannot say don't eat or eat something healthier. In his books, it's like must always eat 3.
Oh, he has a
Because
book.
I'm telling him to like bulk up now, you know, because he has been lean for a while, lean and mean, looking
Yeah,
good.
his veins
so-
are showing.
Yeah,
But lean is
all his
good.
veins are
It's
showing.
a look. He's like, no, you have to be like a lot bigger size. I'm like, okay, I'll try my best.
I don't want him to like shrink away.
No, but he's eating more doesn't mean eating buffet. Like, it has to be eating clean food still.
Yes.
So it's not like
yeah.
I can
So
eat
bulking
fried
up
food.
doesn't mean you can just eat like McDonald's or eat whatever.
Yes.
You still have to bulk up, but like eat
Chicken
chicken breasts
breast,
and like
broccoli,
broccoli.
and
and-
rice.
As clean as you
Yeah.
can, I guess. I mean, Singaporeans, our food is awesome. So it's like we
Yeah.
have so much options of food. You know, we go into a coffee shop, we can choose in Japanese, Korean, anything. So, you know, there's always that craving that we need to satisfy. But I guess when we are on a certain kind of program, we want to really structure things better. So even if we are not on a program or not on any kind of fitness regime, like just controlling our diet will do us really a lot of benefits. Like what you said, Tabitha, like in the morning, you know, start your day with a good breakfast.
Yeah.
Now, small changes, you know, instead of like not having breakfast, get 2 eggs, you know, oatmeal, you know, something simple. Then you start to feel.
But if you wake up, then it's lunch already, and just nice can.
Yeah, like him like
that. Okay? Just nice can.
Yeah, because that's why if you're always waking up at like in the lunchtime, after you start
That's
at
us.
like
That's
3 p.m. IF, you know, it's like technically having your first meal then. Yeah,
Sounds
so
great, sounds great.
not much change to your cycle. So it's always about
Yeah.
like, changing that system, changing your habits. Then your body will have this different like kind of stimulus, I guess.
Kaden says you wanted to say something earlier about.
Yeah, I was like, I read this quote online. It was like, you gotta ask yourself if you're hungry or you're bored. Yeah,
That's a
'cause
good one
whenever I'm bored, I
for
just
me.
eat like chips. And last time when I was really, really free, I would gain a lot of weight because I would just eat when I'm bored. So I would kind of have to like decipher now, am I hungry or am I bored?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
deep,
That
eh,
makes
deep,
sense.
deep, deep.
Yeah. I always have this thing where like if I'm watching a TV show or like a movie, I feel like, oh, I need to have something with it. Otherwise I can't just watch or enjoy the show. Like I need to have like chips or like gummy bears or something. And I realize it's all like a mental thing. So if you can like figure out where that's coming from, I guess that also helps like you to make changes, right? Like
Yeah.
in terms of what you're putting into your body. Yeah. So that's a really, really good point as well.
Recently, I found out how to combat that, which is changing up my habit, which is sleeping earlier and waking up earlier. So as long as you don't stay up late, then you won't feel hungrier throughout the night.
That's true.
Yeah, so this is something that I love to do though. I also love to snack, especially I have a daughter now, and like after once she's sleeping,
Yeah.
okay, I can finally like watch my soccer or like
Yeah, yeah,
that kind of
yeah.
thing. Then you start to like, okay, what's in the kitchen,
Yeah.
But once I know that, okay, now I have to send her to school every day, I need to sleep now, then you start to not want.
Okay, I think also like what's like really important is like knowing your own body and like knowing yourself and the habits that you have that you want to correct as well. Like, do you guys have any tips on changing habits or things that were bad before and then now you've realized like, oh, this is a great way for me to like correct it?
Cause I do intermittent fasting, right? So last time when I break my fast, I would just gorge myself with food to the point that I would like get very bloated and then I'll feel like vomiting, that kind. Cause I'll eat a lot at once. So now like when I do break my fast, I'll break it like very slowly and I'll follow like the Japanese. Cause there's like Japanese, they have this like rule: you don't eat till you're full. You eat till like you're 80% full,
Yeah,
right?
I saw that as well.
Yeah.
Yes, and I thought that's so smart.
Yeah. So I follow that now.
Oh, sick!
Nice.
I feel like I saw that on a Netflix like documentary as
Oh
well.
really? I read it in an article.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So recently I was watching this Netflix documentary about how people live to 100 years old. Like they study different cultures. So like Japanese culture, and then they had like the Mediterranean culture. And then they were just like following these groups of like old people and like seeing how they live their lives. And so that came up in one of the Japanese like couples that they were profiling. They said that they don't, like everybody knows this in Japanese culture apparently, like even kids, they teach this to them at a really young age. You sit down and you eat. So that's like the number one important thing. You don't like eat while you're doing something. So like don't eat while you're watching TV, don't eat while you're walking. Like you have to be intentional about it. So you sit down, you eat, and then you stop right before you get full. And apparently like that like teaches you, you know, like moderation, right? And I thought that's so smart. That's such a great thing. Like, is there anything else that you guys have taken away? That was a great point, but like anything else that you feel like maybe you were taught by your parents or like you saw from somewhere and decided to like follow through with it?
But I think for me, it's like surrounding yourself with like active lifestyle friends. So my friends around me, they are like always like going to the gym, sending telly bubbles to everybody, like, oh, we're in the gym right now, haha, you're so, okay, I'm not used to the word fat, but then like, but then it's like, oh, you're so unfit. Then there's like, oh my God, then I need to go to the gym right now. So I think like, in a way, it's like a very healthy encouragement and motivation for all your friends to be like hey, time for you to go to the gym now. Hit the gym, hit the gym, hit
like
the gym.
Create your own community, pretty much, right? But what happens if you're like, I guess you have to find your community then. Like if you're the only one in your friend group that's like trying to get on this like healthy like lifestyle journey and then nobody else is doing the same thing around you, that can be kind of hard.
Oh, I got a solution.
Yes.
Because I used to be very afraid to go to the gym alone until I hired a PT. So having a PT will give you the confidence because at the start, right, when you're so lean and scrawny and you know, then you will be like, oh my God, all the gym rats in the gym are so intimidating. But then I feel that after a while, you just realize that nobody cares about you. Like you just
Everyone's
do
doing
your own
their own thing.
Just do your own thing. Nobody cares. Unless they're using your machine or what, then they'll care.
Yeah, I think like over the years, because I've been a trainer for about more than a decade, right, a lot of people that actually come to like, at least for Fit Look, are people who are beginners. Yeah, because they are kind of like, you know, afraid of their judgment, or they don't know how to live, they're afraid to get injured and stuff. So I guess like finding the right kind of like environment for you is number one. Yeah, it's the number one thing that can give you that encouragement.
So are you saying like find better friends?
Yeah, we can just DM like each of you.
DM him.
Daytime friends is the fit friends. Then the nighttime friends we can go drinking still. But not too much in moderation.
What do you think of drinking? How does that tie into your health?
I guess like I personally don't drink. Yeah, I personally don't drink. It's a choice, you know. I definitely like, I understand like when we want to socialize and we go out, you know, there's always this temptation too. So when that happens, like I do drink, but I don't like, other than my wedding, sorry. I control because at the end of the day, having that alcohol in your system will kind of mess up your metabolism. Then the next day we're trying very hard to recover. Then our routine gets you know, disrupted for the week, that kind of thing. Yeah, but for me, I guess the main thing is because as trainers we are very intrinsically motivated, you know, in terms of like training, and we have to look good. We want to look good and stuff. So you know, 20s is all about looking good. You know, all about like being aesthetic, you know, posting all those kind of photos and stuff. But then, you know, after I get a little bit older, in my 30s now with a family, you start to realize that really a lot of things need to change. Yeah, so even my training approach, my idea towards like diet and everything is really towards that sustainability route. Yeah, because in my line, you know, I interact with people a lot, you know, people, my oldest clients are 84, youngest is like 13, 14. Then of course in the middle, it's all of us, you know, we are also busy with our lifestyle. And Singaporeans, we are so like caught up with our lives and cramming everything back to back. We have no time to eat, we have no time to train. You know, that's why there's a lot of like different kind of systems out there, 30-minute training, 45-minute training, you know, follow this workout, that workout, you know, on
like
YouTube.
Quick 4-week like transformation.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, I guess sustainability is key. So now I switch things up, you know, try to make things more structured. Yeah, you do strength training, you do cardio, you do endurance, dance as well. Yeah, I'm a dancer, so try to dance a little bit, have fun, that kind of thing.
I think another like really important thing is the mental aspect to all of this as well. Like, you know, I think a lot of reasons why people like resort to like fad diets or like doing things in the extremes is because most often than not, they have like a skewed image of themselves in their heads, or they're like trying to like attain to something that, you know, might be a little bit difficult. Like I remember when I was younger, like in my early 20s, like there's an ideal like body type, right? And I was so obsessed with that that I would resort to like not eating much. Like I would have like one coffee in the morning, and then for the rest of the day I'll just be like, yeah, I'm just gonna have like one piece of bread and that's it. And that became like my whole thing. Like I was so obsessed with that. But now that I'm older and I've gone through all of those like fad diets, which are so unhealthy, because I had literally no muscle mass on me at all. I was skinny, but I was skinny fat. Like it was so unhealthy. But now that I'm like older, I feel like my focus, and now that I've got a child as well, is that I want to be strong. Like I want to be able to keep up with her. The older I get, I want to live as long as I can. And so like my whole like view has like just changed. But I think everybody goes through that. Like correct me if I'm wrong. Like do you guys feel the same way? Like when you were younger?
It's kind of a phase of life for you. Do you think it's like a phase of life for you after you became a mom? They start to realize that just looking
I'm
aesthetic
obsessed with becoming stronger. Like that's like literally like my bottom line. I'm like, whereas before it was more of like, oh, an aesthetic thing. Like, I just want to look cute. Like I want to look cute wearing this skirt. Like I want, you know, like
For me, I think like I used to be like that too. Like I really wanted to strive for that aesthetic. So, I mean, there was this period when I was like 19 years old where I just tried to not eat for like 3 days to lose weight, and my bones, everything were like can be seen here. But then after that, I started to pick up dance, right? And dance, you need to have muscle, especially like leg muscles, and your core needs to be strong. So from then on, like I started to aim for that instead, and kind of like my body shaped into what I really desired in the first place. But it came as like a byproduct. Not as like because I want to look like that. Yeah.
How do you feel like, okay, because you said it was a byproduct, but like how do you feel like on the mental side of things? Like how did you like reconcile the two? Like to realize that like, okay, this whole scrawny thing that I was trying to go for before wasn't working. Like what changes did you make like in your daily life mentally, you think?
I think because after I danced, I would feel very tired. And then I told myself like, okay, if I want to continue dancing, I need to have energy. So I started to eat. And I started to eat like more and more protein stuff because I needed to build muscle to dance better. Yeah. So that really like helped me in the trajectory of eating healthier.
That makes sense. Lucas, do you have any like tips that you could like give the viewers in terms of like how to tackle the mental side of things?
I guess like in our 20s, we are very focused on whether it's like a competitions, you know, in terms of like improving our skills, or for me, I was an athlete, so just being better at my game. Or if you're not an athlete, just maybe being aesthetic in general. Then I always think that it's always important to take a few steps further, look at things from like what will happen like 5 years later. Yeah, because nowadays functionality is a very big thing. You know, like, you know, carrying your kid. You can't just train a certain way for dance. Like having big bulky muscles might not help with your dance. Yeah, and like if you're always hiking, you might need stronger legs, that kind of thing. So in a sense, know what you are training for would really help things. And like I think in 20s we definitely will want to look good, but having one more goal that besides looking good would help you build that trajectory better.
Basically just finding like what the purpose is. Like what is your purpose? Like aside from getting healthy, like what else is it? Like, oh, for me it's like getting strong. For you it's like maybe you want to be a better dancer. For Royce it's like I just want to lift heavier, you know? Like just finding somebody's like purpose.
Yeah, but I do feel that like foundations and like being in control of your body is super important, like strength training. Because if you have no baseline strength, right, it's very hard for you to do certain things. Like even if you're not like lifting, like as a dancer, like if you don't have strength to maybe do a certain technique, you will always seem a little bit frail at that technique. You know what I mean? Like having a core doesn't mean just having six packs. It's knowing how to move your core in different directions, in different planes. I guess that's pretty important.
All right. Okay, I think we made some like really good points. Maybe just to wrap things up, like would you guys want to share like what your health goals are for this year, or like what you're already working towards? Maybe Lucas, we can start with you.
Wow. I want to redefine a dad bod.
Redefine dad bod. Love it.
Yeah, so personally, because it's been quite a ride, ever since I started my gym and, having a daughter and, having like a whole family, retired parents to take care of. Like a lot of my friends around my age, we are in this phase, where we also want to excel in our career.
Yeah.
And I guess I just want to like prove to myself that I can still like be as fit as I was in my 20s or even better. Yeah, just hopefully having the extra knowledge will help lah. Yeah, so that's my goal end of the year. Yeah, then I'll try hopefully do a nice fitness TikTok video with my daughter or something like that.
Oh, that's cute.
Pass the baton. Yeah, so yeah.
Nice. Royce?
Try to eat more healthily because I think when I was training with Lucas for a few years already, so at the start I really don't care about my diet. I just eat whatever I want, rice, pasta, and then pasta. I cannot live without pasta. But anyway, so I was training quite often and then on my own as well. But then I don't see much progress. I'm like, I live quite heavy, but then the tummy's always there. But then I just realized that if you actually tweak a bit of your diet, like to increase the protein intake, you can still eat carbs, but I mean not excessively. You can actually see drastic change because I think online saying like diet is like 70%, fitness is like 30%.
Yeah,
so I guess if you do minor changes, you can actually like don't waste your gym sessions lah. That's what I think.
Oh, that's a good way to look at it actually. Yeah, you don't waste your
like
gym
you go all the time, then it's like, oh my god, you never control your diet, then why you go for what?
Yeah, that makes sense. Right, Kaden?
Okay, mine's a little bit more superficial, so I'm gonna put my glasses on.
Nice.
Oh, yeah,
But
love
like,
it.
my goal is that basically like my ideal partner has to be like fit and healthy too. So I'm like thinking like if someone is fit and healthy, would they look at me and be attracted? So you know what I mean? If I want that, I gotta somehow be at the same level and frequency too. I can't expect someone that's like fit and healthy, but then I'm like,
phone number here.
no phone number. Got my email
and
though.
ready to
Got my email. Email me.
In bio.
Yeah, so I want to be like at the same level of my partner too, so we can like, I don't know, work out together or like do stuff together. I can't expect like
cute.
someone that's fit, but then I'm not fit myself.
Yeah.
So it's being realistic, honestly. Yeah.
Okay. I think for me, it's just not putting too much pressure on myself and like making small changes. I think that is the like knowing myself so well. I feel like that is the only way that it will be sustainable for me. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make small changes. Make sure I try and get to the gym when I can. Now I've got a little one like running around. Well, she's not running yet, but like soon. So I'm just like having to brace myself. But yeah, so small changes and not putting too much pressure on myself. And I think
That's great.
That's my goal.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we can talk a bit more about like the mental health side of things when it comes to like trying to keep healthy and keep fit, because like the mental aspect of it is also very, very important. Like it can either help you or it could be detrimental. Like for example, if you are like busy with school or work or whatever, the last thing you want to do is like go into the gym where you feel like, oh my gosh, everybody else here is like, has got a better body than me. They all know what they're doing. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like do you guys have any tips on how to conquer that? Or like for someone that's feeling that way? Lucas, maybe you can help us out here.
For me, I guess I've seen and interacted with a lot of clients, with different motivation levels. Yeah, and personally, I also feel that as a personal trainer, my role is not just to teach exercise, it's also to accompany the client through whatever they're experiencing in their life. Yeah, because what I want is kind of like a long-term kind of thing, keep it sustainable. So like, I have clients who like from when they are before graduation to when they're working to they get married, they have kids, So like the motivation and the whatever they're going through is so different.
In the different phases of their lives, right?
Yeah. So like, how do I kind of like, get them going all the time?
Yeah.
It's more than just like saying, okay, 3 more, 2 more, you can do it. It's more than that. I feel that conversations need to happen. Yeah. So like, for people who go to the gym, just training, I think this is like a escape for them, really to just zone out, earphones on. It's not that they don't want to socialize. It's just maybe they're focusing and investing in themselves. Yeah, so kind of like I will respect their space, but they are very focused. They are working very hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but from what I've seen, actually, it's just training itself like helps to really like strengthen your mentality towards it. Because when working towards a common goal, you have a certain structure. You know what it takes to get there, and you are very determined. So it gives you that kind of you're not so lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think just by starting something or training, this will help a lot. I've seen clients who also like their whole self-esteem just they just got boosted, because looking good and looking aesthetic is like a byproduct of all this. I feel that number one is for yourself. Then after that, okay, you lost a bit of weight, you look a bit good, you can fit into this. I've seen female clients wearing lesser and lesser, guys wearing tighter shirts, everything, and I'm so happy for them. Because it's not something I say, okay, you can wear this now. It's like they feel that, now I'm committed to this.
Yeah.
I can rock it like him. Yeah.
No, he's the one that say you should wear more like tighter clothing because you always wear very baggy. Anyway,
Royce, do you feel that way about like the gym being like an escape for you, or like is it something entirely different?
Yeah, because I think at the start when you don't get the ball rolling, and then you be like, oh my god, I'm not gonna go to the gym. Like, so last time I only trained once a week with him only.
Yeah.
The 6 days I'm just doing other things.
Yeah.
But once I got, I think it was because of circuit breaker, because everyone was at home, so bored, nothing to do, slightly depressed, mildly depressed, okay? But so I think some of my friends just came together and do like Zoom workout sessions.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah, so I mean, I will say my friend's name, but then like she was a member of F45.
Yeah.
So she will just link like Zoom and sync the workout session.
Sharing
to
is
all
caring.
of us. It's like the sharing Netflix account, the same meaning. And then we were all like 10 of us do together at a certain timing from work from home timings.
That's very cute.
Yeah, and it was quite fun. So after a while, you realize that every day I can just put in like 45 minutes into a day. You will see results. I think that's quite pleasant to
and
realize.
like that's the thing though, like exercise gives you like oxytocin, right? So you end up feeling better. So like mentally you're like, oh my gosh, I accomplished something, I feel good, and then you can get on with the rest of the day in like that high. Do you feel that way about like?
I feel that because like you mentioned about the people like going to the gym and feeling amazing and then comparing themselves to like people online. I want to remind everyone watching here that some people literally dedicate their entire lives to looking good. If they're like a fitness influencer or fitness content creator, right?
True.
They probably don't have a full-time job. Their life is probably dedicated to looking good. They have like a full-time PT trainer. If you have a full-time job, if you have a family to take care of, you can't compare yourself to that because they dedicate 24 hours a day to looking good. They have a dietitian and everything.
That is such a great point.
And because I'm in the K-pop community, right? Whenever I see some of these like some people online like body shaming K-pop idols, I will have this thought like, because to me these K-pop idols look fantastic, but then people are calling them fat. Then in my head, like if that's fat, then what am I? So I have to constantly remind myself like, okay, I can't compare myself to these K-pop idols online because they also have their own like dietitians and nutritionists and everything, and they dedicate their life to looking good. So I can't compare myself to that.
That's such a great point, because especially when like you're online a lot of the time, I think a lot of us are on Instagram or like TikTok or whatever, and like you're just constantly bombarded with like all these people that like look a certain way, and then you're like, oh my god, how do they look this good? Like how is this possible? And then you want to attain to do that, and it's hard, especially like if you're a full-time student or you're like working or you're like hustling, or you have kids that you need to look after, like it's difficult. But that's such a great point, I think. Yeah.
I think like just want to add on, I feel that like this idea and this thinking always helps me, which is always strive to just be the better version of yourself. Just doing what you can, and give your best shot. Yeah, because once we start to compare, it's endless. It's endless. The whole process is endless. So I guess like that's why every time, like even if you have clients, I will say this is what you were last time. Now even though you lost maybe 1 or 2% body fat, this is something that's so commendable. Compared to, you don't compare yourself with someone who lost maybe like 10% body fat in 3 months, but he trains every day.
That's true.
And like he's going on a fat diet, that kind of thing. So. But you probably can ask him where is he at now. I think comparing with yourself is a very, very big.
Just constantly be in competition with yourself.
Correct.
I feel like that's a good quote to like get the rest of the year like going, you know? Okay, thank you guys so much for talking about health and fitness with me on this episode of Bloomer Pulse. The Let's Talk About Health Fair is going to be happening from the 1st to the 3rd of March. It's going to be at Next, so make sure you go down and check it out if you're free. And again, my name is Tabitha. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Bloomer Pulse. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And also, if you have any comments about health and fitness that you want to share, leave a comment below. We'll see you guys for the next one. Bye.
Bye.